What's up, everybody? I got one question. Do you love those hogs? Do you really love those hogs, people? If you answer yes, then this episode is especially for you. This season is filled with tons of hope and excitement. However, our recent Razorback history has us all nervous and walking on eggshells because we all don't want to be disappointed by letting our hopes go up and fully trust this team. In this episode today, I promise you, I will give you three reasons why the Razorbacks will have the best season in the Pittman era. Yeah, I said it and I'll repeat it again. In this episode today, I promise you, I will give you three reasons why the Razorbacks will have the best season in the Sam Pittman era. And all of you will walk away from this podcast feeling much, much better about these hogs in this year to come. All right, let's get into it. So, the first reason the Razorbacks are going to have the best season in the Pittman era is because of leadership. When you watch the press conferences and as you hear them speak so clear, so articulate, and they're expressing their thoughts and feelings, you can feel the confidence that exudes from their aura, and you can hear it in their words. The two leaders that I'm pertaining to are both charismatic, and as a result of this, all their teammates gravitate to the both of them. They both have high character, and both are exceptional kids off the field. I'm talking about none other than red shirt seniors Cameron Ball and Taylon Green. For instance, I can remember a few years back when our team fell apart in midseason. Do y'all remember that? I most certainly do. Our team culture was so bad. You had jealousy. And most of all, you had an environment that wasn't conducive to success. You had players quitting the team in midseason, and that could happen again as well. But for the feel of things feel a lot different than where things were last year and the years before. On this year's team, you can tell that they have a genuine respect and love for each other and are willing to go to war for each other. The family dynamic feel is in full effect. Okay, so the second thing, the second reason that we have is competitiveness. Competitiveness. Competition. When you hear the coaches speak, all of them mention it's a lot of competition. The players say the same thing. It's a lot of competition. But I'll tell you one thing. They say iron sharpens iron, right? Well, if that's really true, and the way that this team is constructed presently, the coaches have added much depth at all the positions. A lot of depth. And I'm going to tell you why depth is so important. Without having much depth, you don't get the element of competition. If there's nobody on the second string that you're practicing against, then how much better, can you really be? There's no way to be better without being pushed to the limit in practice. And when you look at this team is, like I said, it has a lot of players that's working hard and striving to make a name for themselves. If there is not enough talent on the team to rival for one player to rival another player, then how can it really be called competition? It's not. You have to really look at that and think about that, people. So you really don't improve on your craft because you don't get hit in the mouth in practice. How can you learn if you're not challenged by your peers? And also, when a player is used to battling every day in practice, the games are so much more easier. I mean, the games is like fun at this point because now you didn't fought every day in camp, and camp becomes so hard, but it's a good hard because you know that you're pushing and you're getting through it. And all that does is build mental toughness. And the challenge of the moment is never too big once you can simulate that experience in practice. You know what I mean, people? When you see the Georgias, you see the Ohio States, and when you see the Texas Longhorns, what separate them from all the other teams in the land is having the opportunity to create competitive environments for their players. I mean, there's talent going around on all teams. So it has to be something else besides talent. You have to have the opportunity to create these environments designed to prepare the player's psyche. And that prepares the players for the moment. While at the same time, players are improving by being pushed to the absolute limit by a guy that's, excuse my French, that's working his ass off. It's no let up, people. It's no let up. You know, you might be the most experienced guy, but this inexperienced guy is working. And if you don't work, your experience is not going to prevail. So when you have that environment, it's contagious, and the teams can't help but to actually be better by that simulated environment. So we bring in you the competitive nature of what it takes, and I talked about leadership. Now we're going to talk about the last point. The last point of reference is going to be hard work. Hard work. You can have leadership, you can have talent, but you got to work. And leaders typically work because they do the right thing. So you see how all of this is going, all hand in hand. When you got good leaders that are talented and work hard, what else are you missing? You know what I mean, people? Like they say, when talent doesn't work, it's a waste. And in contrast, a player that works hard and is talented, they come a dime a dozen. And when you have one on both sides of the ball, you're going to be a super special team. When you have a Taylor Green that's been through the SEC fire leading your offense, that is a big, big, big boost for guys to rally behind. That he's a high character leader. He's a good guy. He definitely had flaws playing the position, but his leadership is not in question. And I believe that is the main reason why the offense is going to come together really quick. And when you look at Cameron Ball, it's the same thing. I hear all his defensive teammates speak highly of the kid. He's going to be a senior. He could have left and took money. He could have took money. That's what people are doing, man. He could have took more money, man. He could have went to the University of Georgia. That's where he's from. But he said loyalty means more to him than anything. Loyalty loyalty people. You got to have these people leading your team. I feel we have a nice amount of talented players, such as Green, Ball, there's Justice Boone, there's Fernando Carmona, that's Xavier Nsori Jr., there's Steven Dix Jr. All these guys are talented, hard-working seniors, experienced, talented workers. This team embodies these three components, and they are led by the two players, Taylor Green on offense, Cameron Ball on defense, and leaders with respect of the whole team on their backs. And not to mention that the Hogs have 28 total seniors on the team this year, people. That is totally freaking insane. That much experience, that much, that many leaders in the locker room that work hard, that are talented. So, to clarify my opening statement that the Hogs and Sam Pittman will have his best season as a Razorback coach, I gave you 3 reasons why the Hogs are primed to have a special season this year. High character leadership goes a long way, people. Competition, real competition in practice, and hard-working individuals. And of course, you got to have talent. Those 4 things is what I've noticed. And if you enjoyed this episode, please, pretty please, smash the like button, people. Please. And if you might like to stay in or stay in tune with the Sports Zone podcast, please subscribe to the channel and share the content. Until the next time, thank you and go Hog.